What you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black. The streets, the studios, the charts, as everything has a hidden side. And for the first time, NBA YoungBoy is speaking out. This isn't just a feud. This isn't just drama. It's a revelation of power, betrayal, and secrets that have been buried behind closed doors for years. Sources say the tension between these two rap titans isn't just personal. It's business, loyalty, and influence colliding in ways that could shake the industry to its core. From cryptic social media posts to private confrontations in the studio, insiders reveal that what fans saw as playful jabs or competitive bars were only the tip of the iceberg. NBA YoungBoy has been holding back, and now he's dropping the bombshells that will leave fans stunned. Every move, every lyric, every interaction is layered with meaning. Some call it the most explosive hip-hop revelation of the year. Others warn that the fallout could impact careers, relationships, and the future of collaborations across the industry. The question isn't just what happened, it's what comes next. The drama is far from over, and the secrets YoungBoy reveals could change how the world sees Kodak Black forever. Brace yourself. Stay alert, because when NBA YoungBoy drops bombs, it gets messy, and the storm has only just begun. The world sees NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black as unstoppable forces in modern hip-hop. Chart-topping hits, sold-out tours, massive streams. The public perception is one of success, camaraderie, and effortless talent. Fans celebrate collaborations, dissect lyrics, and cheer on social media battles. But behind the glitz, the lights, and the viral videos, a story unfolds that few have seen. A story of tension, rivalry, and secrets buried deep beneath the surface. NBA YoungBoy, a strategic mastermind and street-savvy icon, reportedly harbored frustrations for years. Every move, every lyric, every public interaction was calculated, measured, and scrutinized. Kodak Black, infamous for his unpredictable personality and experimental approach to music, often clashed with YoungBoy's meticulous planning. According to insiders, what appeared to fans as playful competition, social media jabs or clever lyrical bars were, in reality, sparks in a powder keg. The early signs of a storm that would shake the industry to its core. Sources close to both camps revealed that tensions escalated most visibly in studio sessions. Collaborators recount moments when discussions over beats, features, and song structures erupted into heated debates. YoungBoy wanted control over creative direction, every verse and every hook precisely aligned with his vision. Kodak, in contrast, favored spontaneity, experimentation, and impulsive choices that sometimes disrupted the planned workflow. These weren't minor disagreements. They were fundamental clashes of philosophy, style, and ego, each testing the other's patience and influence. The pressure didn't stop at creative disputes. Personal ambitions, loyalty to inner circles, and label expectations added layers of complexity. NBA YoungBoy, fiercely protective of his artistic brand, reportedly became frustrated with decisions Kodak made without consulting him, moves that could affect both their careers and public perception. Industry insiders confirmed that stakes were high, far higher than fans realized, turning each session into a minefield of tension and careful maneuvering. One particularly explosive session reportedly involved disagreements over a high-profile collaborative project. Both artists had competing visions for the track, the beat, the hook, even the featured artists. Tempers flared, voices were raised, and sources say the energy in the room became almost unbearable. Producers feared a walkout. Assistants were caught in the crossfire, trying to mediate between two creative titans whose reputations and egos were equally massive. According to insiders, every word and gesture carried consequence. A single misstep could derail the entire project. Even outside the studio, the tension subtly revealed itself. Social media posts, subtle interviews, and cryptic gestures were all carefully calculated. Fans, unaware of the underlying conflicts, interpreted these as normal competitive banter. Behind the scenes, however, these moments were loaded with meaning. Tweets that seemed casual, a lyric in a verse, or even a fleeting Instagram story could signify alliances, grievances, or subtle digs aimed at one another. Jason Lee, a trusted insider familiar with both camps, described these interactions as a strategic dance, a combination of diplomacy, ego, and the silent assertion of dominance. The ripple effects extended to collaborations with other artists. Planned features were delayed. Marketing campaigns were adjusted. Managers and label executives carefully weighed every decision to avoid triggering another conflict. Even minor disagreements could have outsized impacts, influencing relationships, contracts, and long-term career trajectories. The tension, though largely hidden from public view, permeated the industry. Family and close associates were not immune. Sources claim that friends and personal entourages had to navigate these tensions delicately, balancing loyalty to YoungBoy while managing professional obligations with Kodak Black. Personal relationships were tested, with some insiders forced to mediate disputes or remain neutral to avoid being caught in the crossfire. The stakes were more than just music. Reputations, trust, and business ventures hung in the balance. Fans may remember viral interactions, lyrical jabs, and playful social media feuds. But the reality behind the scenes was far more complex. Every beat, every verse, every handshake carried weight. Trust was fragile, and relationships were constantly tested. Jason Lee's accounts reveal a level of intricacy and tension that transforms what the public saw as casual rivalry into a layered, high-stakes struggle of power, influence, and ambition. The drama also extended to the business side of their careers. Studio scheduling conflicts, production disagreements, and disputes over song rights became frequent points of contention. Projects that should have progressed smoothly were delayed, postponed, or even threatened with cancellation. The underlying friction between NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black was not just a creative matter. It was a challenge to the control, influence, and dominance each artist held within the industry. Yet despite these tensions, both artists continued to achieve massive success. Albums went platinum, tours sold out, and social media buzzed with anticipation for new music. Fans celebrated hits and viral moments, unaware of the careful negotiations and high-stakes drama occurring behind the scenes. The narrative that YoungBoy and Kodak were simply competitive performers was incomplete. What was unfolding was far deeper, a complex story of trust, power, and human ambition. Insiders reveal that the stakes reached a breaking point when certain studio sessions became moments of pure confrontation. In these sessions, disagreements over lyrics, features, and creative decisions escalated into verbal clashes. Staff members reportedly held their breath, unsure if the arguments would end in resolution or complete fallout. Every decision, every move, had consequences that reverberated beyond the studio walls. By the time the first round of conflicts subsided, it was clear that the relationship between NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black had fundamentally shifted. Trust was tested, alliances questioned, and ambitions laid bare. Fans might continue to enjoy the music, but the backstage reality had changed forever. The stage was set for YoungBoy's bombshell revelations, promising a level of insight and drama that the hip-hop world had never seen before. Comes to a close. One thing is undeniable. The story behind NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black is far more complicated than fans could have imagined. The collaborations, the lyrical jabs, and the social media posts were only fragments of a much larger narrative, one of ambition, power, and high-stakes drama. The moment NBA YoungBoy's bombshells about Kodak Black leaked, the hip-hop world erupted. Social media exploded like a powder keg. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, every platform buzzing with theories, reactions, and analysis. Fans dissected every snippet, every lyric, every subtle move, searching for hidden meanings. What had been whispered behind closed doors was now public, and the industry could no longer ignore it. At first, blogs and entertainment outlets cautiously reported Jason Lee's insider account. But within hours, the story went viral. Headlines screamed, NBA YoungBoy exposes Kodak Black's hidden secrets, and hip-hop feud explodes behind the scenes. Fans flooded comment sections, some defending Kodak, others backing YoungBoy. But everyone was glued to the unfolding drama. Insiders confirmed elements of the story. Producers and engineers revealed moments of tension in the studio, recounting arguments over beats, lyrics, and collaborations. One producer described a scene where YoungBoy calmly but firmly asserted creative control, while Kodak, unpredictable and fiery, challenged every decision. Sources say the confrontation was so intense that staff feared projects could collapse entirely. Social media amplified every detail. Fans replayed old interviews, reinterpreted music videos, and combed through cryptic posts for signs of hidden meaning. Each lyric became a potential clue, every Instagram story a potential message. Memes, reaction videos, and TikToks exploded across platforms, keeping the drama trending for weeks. The story was no longer just behind-the-scenes gossip. It became a cultural moment, a real-time drama unfolding before millions. Even collaborators were affected. Features were delayed, studio sessions postponed, and marketing campaigns reevaluated. Label executives and managers had to navigate carefully, balancing loyalty, creative freedom, and the potential for conflict. What fans assumed were smooth collaborations was, in reality, a high-stakes balancing act. Every move mattered. Family and close associates felt the ripple effects too. Friends and personal entourages had to navigate loyalties while avoiding getting caught in the crossfire. Some were forced to mediate disputes. Others chose neutrality, all while watching the drama unfold in public. The personal stakes were as high as the professional ones, showing that this conflict extended far beyond music. Fans began to take sides online. Hashtags like YoungBoy vs Kodak and hidden hip-hop secrets dominated social media. Influencers analyzed lyrics, interviews, and public appearances, combining verified facts with speculation to paint a fuller picture. The story wasn't just entertainment. It had become a live cultural phenomenon. Insider sources revealed that some tracks and collaborations were at risk of being scrapped entirely. Disagreements over creative direction, album releases, and marketing decisions reportedly reached a boiling point. Every choice, even minor ones, could trigger further conflict, demonstrating the fragile dynamics between YoungBoy, Kodak, and their teams. The tension also highlighted the human side of both artists. YoungBoy, disciplined yet ambitious, navigated the chaos with precision. Kodak Black, spontaneous and creative, challenged conventions in ways that made even seasoned collaborators uneasy. Their conflict wasn't a simple feud. It was a clash of philosophies, personalities, and approaches to art and business. As the weeks passed, the fallout only intensified. Fans speculated endlessly. Social media became a magnifying glass, scrutinizing every public move. Lyrics were reinterpreted, performances dissected, and subtle gestures analyzed. The story dominated conversations, making it impossible to ignore. The message was clear. This wasn't just a clash between two artists. It was a window into the inner workings of hip-hop, a high-stakes world where creativity, power, and ambition collide. NBA YoungBoy's revelations didn't just expose Kodak Black. They exposed the fragile dynamics, hidden rivalries, and unspoken rules that govern the industry. The tension between NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black had been building for months, simmering under the surface, hidden from the public eye. By now, social media was ablaze, fans taking sides, and the industry watching nervously. But the real story, the private confrontations, the verbal showdowns, and the behind-the-scenes chaos, was even more intense than anyone could imagine. Sources close to both artists revealed that one particular studio session became a turning point. YoungBoy, strategic and disciplined, confronted Kodak Black directly about decisions that he claimed undermined collaborative projects and personal brand integrity. Kodak, unrestrained and fiery, pushed back fiercely, arguing that his creative vision was non-negotiable. The energy in the room reportedly reached a boiling point. Collaborators, producers, and engineers described the scene as electric and tense, unsure if the argument would escalate or resolve peacefully. Insiders described moments where tempers flared, voices rose, and accusations flew. Every lyric, every suggestion, every decision became a battlefield. The clash wasn't just about a single track or project, it was about control, respect, and influence in the industry. According to insiders, both artists knew their legacies were at stake, and neither was willing to compromise easily. The fallout extended beyond the studio. Collaborations that were months in the making were suddenly at risk. Marketing campaigns were delayed, and album releases were reconsidered. Managers and label executives scrambled to mediate, trying to prevent what could have become a full-blown public feud. Every move required careful calculation. A single misstep could ignite further controversy. Fans analyzed every public interaction in real time. Tweets, Instagram posts, and subtle gestures were dissected for hidden meaning. Lyrics were reinterpreted as subliminal shots. Performances were scrutinized for body language and eye contact. The tension, once private, became a spectacle for millions of viewers worldwide. Hashtags like YoungBoy vs Kodak and hip-hop secrets exposed dominated social platforms, trending for days. Behind the chaos, the human side of both artists emerged. NBA YoungBoy, driven and disciplined, worked tirelessly to protect his vision and maintain control over his projects. Kodak Black, unpredictable yet creative, pushed boundaries that forced everyone around him to adapt. Their personalities, strengths, and flaws collided in a way that made this feud about more than music. It was a story of ambition, loyalty, and resilience under pressure. Insider accounts revealed additional shocking details. YoungBoy allegedly presented Kodak with evidence of hidden moves and decisions that could jeopardize future projects. Kodak, in turn, defended his actions, claiming that innovation sometimes requires taking risks and challenging expectations. The confrontation, described as intense and historic, reportedly left everyone present stunned. The room was charged with tension, and the consequences of this meeting would ripple through the industry for months. Even collaborations with other artists were impacted. Some were postponed or canceled entirely, while others moved forward cautiously, aware of the fragile balance between these two powerful figures. Producers, engineers, and collaborators walked a tightrope, trying to ensure that creativity wasn't stifled while preventing conflicts from escalating further. The stakes were enormous, financially, creatively, and reputationally. Public reaction mirrored the chaos behind the scenes. Fans flooded comment sections with debates, theories, and analyses. Influencers and entertainment channels created content breaking down every detail of the feud, mixing confirmed facts with speculation. Every video, every reaction, every post fueled the narrative, making this conflict one of the most talked about stories in modern hip-hop. Despite the tension, both artists continued to release music. Albums, singles, and collaborations still hit the charts, proving that their talent remained undeniable. But the industry had changed. The drama revealed that even the most seemingly effortless collaborations were built on careful negotiation, strategy, and constant vigilance. What appeared to fans as fun rivalry or competition was, in reality, a high-stakes game of influence, power, and survival. The climax of this feud reached its peak when insiders revealed a second private confrontation. This one, unlike the first, reportedly involved a more direct exchange about long-term plans, career moves, and the balance of influence in the rap industry. Both NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black faced the realities of ambition, power, and legacy. Every word mattered. Every gesture was a potential turning point. And both knew that their actions could define how fans, collaborators, and the industry would view them for years to come. One thing was undeniable. This was more than just a feud between two rap stars. It was a study in ambition, control, creativity, and the fragile dynamics of one of the most influential industries in the world. NBA YoungBoy's revelations didn't just expose Kodak Black, they revealed the intricate, high-stakes world of hip-hop behind the glitz and the glamour. Now you've seen it, the private confrontations, the explosive revelations, and the behind-the-scenes chaos between NBA YoungBoy and Kodak Black. What once seemed like playful competition or casual rivalry has now been exposed as high-stakes drama that impacts careers, collaborations, and the very fabric of hip-hop itself. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Who do you side with? YoungBoy's calculated precision or Kodak Black's fearless creativity? Or do you see both as brilliant yet flawed, navigating the pressures of fame and ambition? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your opinion is part of this story, and the conversation is just heating up. Don't wait. Subscribe now. This isn't the drama you'll see on mainstream media. You're getting the real, unfiltered inside story that fans crave, including private conflicts, industry secrets, and explosive revelations. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. The story is still unfolding. Share this video with anyone who loves hip-hop, follows NBA YoungBoy or Kodak Black, or wants to understand what really happens behind the studio doors. This isn't just gossip. It's a deep dive into the power dynamics, trust, and ambition that shape the music you love. Remember this: the tension, the revelations, and the fallout aren't over. This story will continue to ripple across the industry, and the next moves from YoungBoy and Kodak could change everything. The story isn't ending. It's only beginning. Ending. It's only beginning.